ever to play in finals day. Makes a very popular return, no doubt, to the Spitfires. And Grant Stewart will also get a game. And then for Sussex Sharks, the changes for them, Harrison Ward comes in and he's in for Rashid Khan. Sussex Sharks have the youngest player to play in finals day in their side, in Archie Lenham.
21, they're all assembled down at the start. Can I ask you all please to stay in your seats? Do stay in your seats. These are wild animals and your safety is very, very important. In your seats. These are wild animals and your safety is very, very important. Are you all ready, animals? Look at them, champing at the bit. On my mark, it's 3, 2, 1, go! As ever, Lanky's in the lead. Go on, Lanky lad. It'll be a full circuit. Sit the Sharks up there. Lanky's taking the tumble. He's through the balls. Is he an owl? He's going running through the stumps. Got to get through these stumps. It's a full circuit. Takes it out of you. The fox behind. Cinder Shark making inroads. Cinder Shark just catching up there. That owl or whatever it is at the front, it'll go through the net. Ain't no holding the net. That lady's holding the net. That's not allowed, and them lads. Off he goes again. Cinder Shark, you've got to get up there. I don't know what that is behind. It looks like a dragon. Is this a hawk? It's a hawk. It's a Hampshire hawk. He's getting through. No, it's not. It's Derbyshire's falcon. Or it's a rabbit. It's something like that. He's got to go round that circle. Here he comes again. Can you make a noise? They will know what it is. Oh, we got a ringer. Get out of it. Get out of it. Carmen and Hubert. Come on, you bears. Here it is again. Can you whistle and make a hoot and let us know what you are? Oh, hello. Freddie the Falcon, there he goes. Freddie the Falcon, once again, won it again. 2019, Ethan Championi. Nice one, Freddie. Oh, no. This will have to be ground under repair. Can you get out of there? Look at this bear. That's something, a pelican. There's a dragon. There's a shooting star and another bear. That one looks like he's had a very heavy night. You get off. Sid the Shark, nice one, Sid. Freddie the Falcon, winner again.
Well, wasn't that something? We have one or two stragglers still waiting to finish. The twinkle of the All-Stars is just about to lap Lanky the giraffe, who seems to have lost a foot. Bumble on magnificent form, as always. Who'd have guessed it was 19 years Bumble's been doing that? It's exactly the same gags as he used back in 2003. Well, there is a serious side to the mascot race, in that we are raising funds for the Professional Cricketers Trust, and because the Professional Cricketers Association is unable to hold its end-of-year awards ceremony, we are going to be honouring some of those awards here live from Edgbaston. And the first one goes to the International Men's T20 Player of the Year. Here he comes.
want to say thank you to Vitality for giving me the Men's International T20 Player of the Summer Award. I feel like I've had a great summer. I've got to really enjoy my cricket again. I've really enjoyed being back amongst the boys and we've played some really good cricket. Hopefully we can carry that on into the World Cup in the coming months. Thank you.
International cricket, and is one of the more recognisable players in the country right now. Now, I promised you that we would speak about the reason the funds raised for the Professional Cricketers Trust are so important, and we have absolute evidence of that here in former Northants, Glamorgan and Windward Islands and West Indies player Winston Davies, who joins us. Winston, it's wonderful to see you. Tell us a little bit about how the PCA have helped you since your accident, which was, what, back in 1998?
Well, Mark, the PCA, the help I received from the PCA has helped me to have a life, to have a purpose in life. Without the help of the PCA, my life would be very difficult.
You obviously, it's been a long while since you were a player over here in the UK, but just so that people understand the support that you get once you're a member of the PCA, once you're a PCA member, you're always one, and so if ever you need any help, then they are on your side, aren't you? And that's why raising the money we're doing today is so important.
Yes, the PCA is like, if you imagine, it's like words escape me, but
A family?
yeah, it's a family, but it's a support that is there when you need it. It's, you don't need it all the time, but when you need it, it's there. And for former players like myself who may fall in hard times, the PCA is vital in helping us to live some sort of life and move on from that.
Yours was an accident, wasn't it? You had a fall and you ended up in the chair. Did the PCA sort of help fund you with the equipment and being able to get around, improvements to your home, all of those types of things?
Yes, for me to come up here today, I came up in a vehicle which was funded by the PCA, an adapted vehicle, which is much, especially in this time of pandemic. The vehicle was very crucial in getting me about. In fact, I was able to get out probably more during the pandemic using the vehicle.
Tell us about your thoughts on T20. Would you have enjoyed playing it back in the day?
Well, we had a form of T20, didn't we? You play a 50-over game, and then you have the last 20. So you will bat for 30 overs, look to score at 4 and over, and the last 20 with wicket in hand, you went helter-skelter. So they were a form of T20. But yeah, I would have enjoyed playing.
You're a serious bowler. You'd have been fine. You'd have been absolutely fine.
I remember watching when he tuning my old man up back in the day. So no, it's wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for coming along and just giving people an illustration of just how important the Professional Cricketers Trust has been.
Yeah, I think the support that the PCT, the Professional Cricketers Trust receive from the public is much needed and much valued.
Okay, well, you're a much valued member of the team as well, Winston. Thank you very much for joining us today. That's Winston Davies, ladies and gentlemen. Now back to semi-final.
Good to see you, mate.
Number 2. Kent Spitfires have won the toss and chosen to bat, looking to post a total here, perhaps in excess of what Hampshire managed in semi-final 1. Strong batting lineup. Rob Key, perhaps you can just talk us through how the Spitfires are lining up today.
Big part one of them is Bill Drummond and Crawley. If they get them off to a decent start, like all teams, but they've been pretty prolific as an opening partnership in the power play. Joe Denley's not had the greatest summer by his standards, but he's a fine player. Sam Billings played probably the standout knock in the quarter-final on a pitch not dissimilar to this one as well. And then you've got the likes of Milne, the Kiwi, who's a big miss, but they still keep Case Ahmed and Darren Stevens gets it.
Well, I mean, that's a popular shout, that in itself, isn't it? Just, if nothing else happens today, people have got to see a 45-year-old playing finals day.
Have we not seen one of the youngest and now one of the oldest?
Archie Lennon's, what, 16?
Apparently, Darren Stevens played 7 years of county cricket before Archie Lennon was born, which is quite a nice statistic.
Yeah, Sussex, I mean, they are missing one or two key. Well, Rashid Khan is the most obvious one that they are missing, but they've still got quite a formidable bowling lineup, haven't they?
They have. They've got that experience at the top in Luke Wright, Ravi Bopara, Phil Salt, who's obviously off to pastures new, but is a good and attacking player. But then you look at the bowling, really. Timmel Mills, great to see him back in the England lineup. Garton, so two left-arm quick bowlers. So you'd say Sussex, probably their strength lies in their bowling, even without Rashid Khan, and he's a big miss, clearly.
Well, you mentioned Archie Lennon there. His rise has been extraordinary. Sussex have been very keen to sort of push these young players into the first 11, and he hasn't let them down.
Not at all. It's a great story, first of all, and to watch the kind of verve and enthusiasm that he's played with, which you'd expect from somebody of his age. But when he takes a wicket, that great joy comes out. He took that brilliant running catch in one of the games. I can't remember which game. Absolutely fantastic catch. He got a call up to the 100. So it's a kind of season that he couldn't have envisaged at all. And of course, there's a great family story there. His grandfather was Les Lennon, father was Neil. He's got a brother who's a good player as well, Scott, I think, who's my lad's age. So this whole raft of Lennons that have come through the system at Sussex.
And for Kent, obviously you mentioned the fact that there's no Adam Milne, who has been absolutely sensational. How he's not managed to get into New Zealand's T20 squad is anyone's guess. But they have managed to replace him with a sort of namesake in Milnes, who's done an equally good job for them.
Yeah, and he's been an excellent signing. They've made a few good signings actually over the last few years, and Milnes has been one of those who's come from Notts. We watched the Championship the other day and saw Blatherwick, wasn't it, who'd come from Notts and done well at Lancashire, but he's been excellent really, and this has been it. They're a pretty all-round team when you start looking at the Kent lineup, where they have decent bowlers and decent batsmen. It's been excellent really, and this has been it. They're a pretty all-round team when you start looking at the Kent lineup, where they have decent bowlers and decent batsmen as well, whereas Sussex is out there, very good bowling. They've probably got three standout batsmen, and then you feel you've got an opportunity against them. There's some good young players coming through. Jordan Cox is one of those. They've been a good side in T20 quite a few years now, Ken. They've just never quite managed, or to get here for a while. They've got to a lot of quarterfinals, so this is one more.
Lost a lot of quarterfinals. Well, it was 4 on the bounce, wasn't it, before this last one?
Yeah, so you feel that for them today is all about, can you deal with this occasion? Can you deal with the pressure of these games?
First pressure on them is going to be on their batting. Zach Crawley's had one of those up and down. We remember those as young players coming in or trying to make our way into international cricket. He's found the full gamut, a double 100, out of the team, can't get a run, and now he's in front of the big stage here.
Yeah, and he's generally enjoyed that actually. I think him and Bill Drummond have been very good at the top, and Zach Crawley's gone away, he played pretty well in the Championship this week, and sometimes you can find your form by doing that. Red ball cricket can help your T20 cricket, and vice versa.
If I said to you, is he a better player at the top of the order in red ball or white ball cricket, what would you say right now?
I still think red ball, but I think he's just a very good all-round player. He is not someone that you're not going to look at in white ball cricket just because he's playing red ball cricket. But if you gave me, I had to give you an answer, I'd say just red.
Just briefly, Tamar Mills, brilliant story, incredible story that he's found himself back in the World T20 again, and he's going to be steaming in for Sussex.
Yeah, great story of resilience, clearly, given the injuries that he's had, and without T20, you're looking at a guy who is out of the game, so the short form of the game has provided a lifeline for him and his performances that he's had, and without T20, you're looking at a guy who is out of the game, so the short form of the game has provided a lifeline for him, and his performances are such that England have finally said, we can't overlook this guy any further. He's got in ahead of Tom Curran in the World T20 squad, and he won't let England down. Excellent bowler, great variety and skill at the death, and left armers always extremely useful in this
form of the game.
As
well, haven't they?
George Garn, who's a gun bowler, batter and fielder, offers all-round excellence there.
Okay, well, Edgbaston is ready to rock once more. The Kent openers are just doing their visualisations. There's a youngster, perhaps will become a hawk at some point down the line. He'll have his eyes on that trophy, maybe getting his hands on it one day. It's time to get upstairs for our commentators. Ebony Ray for Brent is with David Lloyd.
Is there any need for all that? It's right next to where I am. Oh, I'll have to get me. Right, who's playing? Spitfires versus the Sharks. Spitfires have won the toss and they're having a bat first. Spitfires versus the Sharks. Spitfires have won the toss and they're having a bat first. It's all foggy, look. George Gordon, bit of pace. Bat first, get runs on the board, I like it. That lad's umpiring again. Slider down the leg side. Just one on the board.
Daniel Bell Drummond, 292 runs in the tournament. And on striker's end, they'll be looking to these two for a good start.
Good to see Zach Crawley again. A real scrapple this to get into the final. Just have been settled, these two teams, watching that first semi-final. What a game that was. Both innings started really slowly and then gathered pace and momentum and impetus.
Sussex on paper, well, both teams on paper have a very strong bowling lineup. One thing that stands out for Sussex though is just that pace. Jordan, Garton, Jamal Mills, all players as well who won with the Southern Brave. I have to say these are two very, very good teams. Kent missing Adam Milne, who's back the IPL. Rashid Khan as well, missing for Sussex.
Just looking at this Kent lineup, it's very experienced. Crawley, Bell Drummond, Denley, Billings, Jack Leaning, Jordan Cox, Darren Stevens. There's a lot of experience there. I know that Crawley and Bell Drummond are youngish lads. The experience is there.
45, Darren Stevens.
Skipped away down to the leg side. I just think Del Rey Goalies picked that up. I watched him a few years ago. Really, he's a proper sprinter. Goes like the clappers. Quick.
Yeah, real athlete around the outfield. He's going to have to do a bit of work today. Come on, Bumble, I'm asking you early. Where's your money?
it's a punt in that you just take a punt. I'll look at this lineup, looking at both lineups. I'll go Kent. I'm going to go Kent.
Yeah, good choice. They've finished top of the group. Consistent.
Super Kent.
Super Kent. Rob Keane told you to say that, didn't he? Yeah, both teams look good. Both missing big overseas star, but plenty of high quality show. And Luke Wright looked comfortable and confident at the toss.
Good action, George Garton. Left arm over a different angle. It looks to be much quicker than 80 miles an hour, I have to say that.
Yeah, we've seen him this summer get up to some really good speeds, late 80s, that angle as well that he uses with that left arm ability. So there's plenty more in the tank. Just trying to find that radar. 2 wides already in this over.
Just 6 from the first over. I'm just going to let the...
Ready. Toss to win. Lost that one. That's huge. And that's top class bowling.
Real Cricket 20 is available on Google Play and App Store. Play the eCricket World Series for a chance to win $10,000. Take control.
Professional.
I never said further. I said I was in the business end when I hit it.
Business end, when I hit it, I'm fine. To which I said, and what's your handicap? Listen to this, viewers. She hits it as far as lady professional golfers. She got a swing to die for. What's your handicap? 24. You have no shame. That's terrible. I bet you're about 7.
No, I duff it a lot.
Can I mention the word that you also used? I do hustle.
Please, anyone who wants to play a golf game with me, give me 2 shots a hole. Please. Give me if you see, give me 2 shots a hole.
That's enough golf. We're not allowed to talk golf. We get shouted at. So the little Scots fella shouts at us. Down the pitch, into the leg side. 1 bounce, 4.
And one good sign is when you get there, get a decent base. And then he hit it just slightly in front. David Weiser didn't bowl a huge amount in the final. Just check that, but it's going to be important for him to be on the money.
You see that all the time now, even like Chris Jordan, who's a brilliant fielder, mid-on and mid-off hang back, right on the edge of the circle. There's no sort of mid-on and mid-off, stop that single. You can have singles. He's a brilliant fielder, Chris Jordan, but he's right on the edge of the circle. He's moving, isn't he? He's going to Surrey. Slow delivery, and it's eased nicely into the leg side.
This is a bit of a gift, really, in a semi-final. Just getting a ball that's starting to drift down the leg side. All Bell Drummond really had to do is just work it. Plenty of room. Got it nice and fine.
Similar place. Will it find the boundary again? At least 2, just 2. slower ball, leg side. Productive. Very productive. 16 from the over, 22 without loss.
This is my wallet before, and this is my Ridge wallet.
It's smaller, lighter, and a lot more convenient than my old leather wallet.
And helps me get rid of all the junk that I've collected over the years.
The Ridge is a huge upgrade. Get your Ridge wallet at Ridge.com.
More machines. Play online with your friends. Destroy your enemies. Experience massive battles. Available on the App Store and on Google Play.
You think as a captain we'll have a bat first? Yeah, that works. So 1 over, 0 for 15 for David Visa. 36 years of age. He looks lived in as well.
At the moment, it feels a nice, easy start for Kent. Not been a huge amount of threat yet from the bowlers. Maybe he struggled a bit with Lyon, Garton with a couple of wides. Lisa gave boundary away with just drifting down the leg side. So they're still hunting and searching for that early control with the ball.
Slow delivery, I think. Takes leg stump.
Crawley got himself into a really bad position here. Tried to create a bit of space by moving to the leg side. Went way too far. Look where his feet are. Almost off the strip. And exposed the stumps. Garton will be delighted. First wicket of the day. So Zach Crawley goes for 9. The score 24 for 1. One big scout, an experienced one, coming to the crease. Joe Denley, 35 years of age. Decent strike rate, 1-2-1. Would have thought that might have been a fraction higher.
$24 for 1 then. Miles an hour, so it's clever bowling. Got a good action, George going.
Yeah, gut feeling this is not out. However, you do not want to take a run to that man. Yeah, comfortably home.
26 for one.
With the ball, he saw the ball was near to get.
एक काम कर क्या नाम करो ठीक है हाँ ठीक है
Shot.
चावल ले कितनी उसकी हैं
18 from the over, and this is what Lisa Mills, well, another gun bowler is going to be needed to... come to the party. Jordan has the skill set. To try and 6, and also Phil Salt behind the stump, so a chance to... with a bit of a bang. Just take a season out.
Bob Willis, I think Bob Cotton. In the gap. Sussex are just not on it so far.
They're really not on it. Just looking for Chris Jordan's deep fielders, and they're both on the leg side. Good hips, by the way. They're both on the leg side, and he's allowing... Daniel Bell Drummond to get that ball comfortably through the offside. So
I say.
that haircut's got your name all over it.
Was that the Bay City Rollers, wasn't it? Dexy's Midnight Runners, something like that.
What's it on as 12th bumble? I like mixture of colour and then the sides.
Chocks away. Length ball just tapped away for a single. 5 overs. He's 51 for 1.
For 1 from 5, bright start, particularly from Daniel Bell Drummond, who's 36 from 16. Not many batsmen have found their fluency or timing today on this particular surface, which is a little slow, nothing wrong with it, but Bell Drummond one of the few. too soon there, Joe Denley.
Yeah, they've not quite got it right. The strength in this Sussex attack is their bowl. Times it opens up angles. Noticeable, the only wicket has come from a slower delivery. It wasn't just someone out there just suddenly shouted it. And 2 now for Garton. He's been the pick of the bowlers. Quiet time of late. He struggled with the bat in all formats. He got 3 in 8 deliveries. 51 for 2.
Don't think I've ever seen Chris Jordan drop a catch. Actually, certainly wouldn't be dropping that.
Kiss of death from Michael Anderson.
Well, I was just thinking, have you ever seen him drop one? I don't think I've ever seen him drop one.
I've not seen him, no. Don't think I have.
Garton with his finals press day that playing for Kent means a lot to him in innings here.
Noticeable how much captains use Chris Jordan. Actually, if you think of England's 50 over side, Owen Morgan goes to Chris Jordan a lot in the field. The bowlers go to Chris Jordan in 100 comp. James Vince used to let Chris...
Who's off up north, he's off to Lancashire. So this very young Sussex side losing a couple of their more experienced campaigners.
Have a little bit more depth to their batting, don't they, Kemp, with the likes of leaning. Jordan Cox has had a really good blast tournament. Darren Stevens in that middle order. Sussex rely heavily on their top 2 or 3. They look one batter short, so if they get above par, Kent, they will feel right in this game.
Power play done, 53 for 2.
Yeah, as I say, they didn't quite get it right in the power play. My works pretty much came from the batting side. Crawley and Bell Drummond both have had good tournaments. Crawley deceived by a beautiful slow ball from Garton. Bell Drummond is looking good touch. Excellent player in white ball cricket, especially over the last couple of years. That was the second wicket to Garton. One-handed from Denver. 2 hands from Jordan.
Lloyd Jr. signals the end of the power play. And the fresh face of Archie Lenham.
Could he look any younger? Seriously.
I made mention just in between innings that Darren Stevens had played 7 years of county cricket before Archie Lenham was born. And actually played in a
semi-finals day in the same year that Archie Lennon was born, so it's remarkable, really. I'm not worried about Darren Stevens. It was bad enough commentating on people's dads to be commentating on someone that coached us both, his granddad, Les Lennon. Amazing year, though, it has been for Archie Lennon. Forget the age, he's actually come in and done well. He's fully justified his place in the side, got a gig in the 100 late on as well. He's played with great joy and enthusiasm, as you would at that age, just 17 years of age. As Crane did earlier in the day, has landed them really well. Gives it a good rip. Bit of drift as well, that one drifting in, which is always a good sign for a young spinner. Means he's gained revolutions on the ball. Might be two. Ooh, thought about it, Billing. Today to raise money for the Professional Cricketers Trust, which does so much for players or former players who may have fallen on hard times. If you were with us just before the second semi-final, we had Winston Davis, the former Glamorgan and West Indies bowler who had a terrible accident way back in 1997, fell out of a place B, and he spoke very movingly about it. Leg spin at both ends, you don't often see that. Will be now. Into the attack. A bit slower, a bit higher, and a bit of spin. Just grip the young leg spinners when you can get away with inaccurate bowling, and an ability to spin it both ways is such an advantage. And it's ironic how it's helped resuscitate the art of leg spin. Of course, they missed. Over. That's a bit more Rashid Khan, like quite flat and at the stumps. Even though Jordan out there, and the cry came in far end, as in keeper's end. Even Jordan wasn't athletic enough to stop the two. Billing. Just quick. Billings got back easy. To A cut off the boundary and make sure the throw came in smartly. Yeah, you're doing well with those two out there, I tell you. You can tell where they're looking to hit because you have your best two. Fielder, Rollins and Jordan. They are outstanding, those two. Playing him off the back foot at the moment, Beer. They're sitting deep in their crease. Beer either needs to go fuller or... Going well, 66 for 2. Consistency as well. Miles, he's not only out at long on one end, he's long on the other end as well. I like to get him in the best positions. Absolutely low-risk batting, which is good to see, even in this format. You can show some class and some skill. It's not all about brute strength. And swipes, he hasn't swiped at any. That's a high-class half-century. Yeah, striking at 172 there, so the 50 just off 29 balls. Billings trying to sweep.
Wallet and helps me get rid of all the junk that I've collected over the years.
The Ridge is a huge upgrade. Get your Ridge wallet at ridge.com.
Shots, he's in complete control. Quite a wristy player. Ball, like fast hands through the ball. Mills. He took Tamal Mills for 18 in Mills' first over. That is excellent from Daniel Beltran. Firmly hit again off the back foot, and again it's that combination between Jordan and Rawlings out in the deep. Got to get it fuller. Straighten out Rollins at deep mid-wicket. action or toss. Try and mix it up though with 2 leg spinners. It'll be after this over, maybe they're getting used to leg spin. Try and go back to a bit of pace.
Squeezing in, lads. Brilliant squeezing, willow. Oh,
Good looking shot. Not even Jordan, with all his pace over the ground, can prevent that going to the boundary. Beautifully timed from Billings. Well, the pull shots had meant that Jordan kept going wider and wider at long on. He'd moved to his right on 4 occasions and stopped the boundary. And Billings this time changed it up, used his feet and played with Jordan in the field. Smart batting.
oh, Billy.
Quite quick enough there. Wilbur just had his eyes on a turn and throw, but Billings is very quick between the wickets. In fact, both Billings and